Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and today I'm going to be sharing our astrology horoscope for Monday, November 3rd, going into Tuesday, November 4th. Hope everybody is doing well. It's the beginning of a crazy ass week, as I am calling it. Some of you guys may have seen the little video short that I put out today, kind of doing a quick round overview of all the crazy ass transits we have happening this week. I also talked about it in last night's weekly astro weather live stream. So, yeah, we're specifically talking about Monday and Tuesday in today's video, but just saying we're starting off the week with a bang, some pretty interesting things going on as we're going to get into. So, thank you all so much for watching, supporting my channel. Really appreciate if you press the like button, subscribe, share this video with someone who you think might enjoy, and leave a comment below to help with the channel's growth. Thank you so much. And today, Monday, November 3rd, and Tuesday, November 4th, are the last days of Sunny and I's Scorpio B-Day sale. Last days. This is not something we're going to do very often. For me personally, I'm only going to be doing this once a year on my personal readings. 25% off with discount code Scorpio25 on my personal astrology readings, astrology beginners course, and Age of Aquarius webinar over at megmoonbeam.com. And also Scorpio 25% off on the Scorpling shop. My best friend, Sunny from Pluto and I's Crystal and Astrology Boutique, where we recently just launched our Scorpio season collection. Lots of magical new Christies on there, scrying mirrors, crystal skulls, pendants. Sunny is almost all sold out of the juju. Wow. All crystals associated with the sign of Scorpio season, and can even be worked with not just during Sun and Scorpio season that we're in from now until November 22nd, but really generally these times that we are living in, with Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, now being in the beginning degrees of Aquarius. It's very Plutonian times. Pluto is also out of bounds, so you can go check out our Scorpio 25% off sale. And I think my readings are now booking into February 2026. I might have one reading left in January, but February 2026. So if you'd like to have a reading with me next year, you can book in early at the link below. So, okay, what the heck have we got going on here? Well, I really like that we're starting off the week with this magical, absolutely magical Mars trine Neptune aspect, with Mars at home in Scorpio and Neptune at home in Pisces. This is what we have exact today, happening on Monday. On Tuesday, we've got Mars ingressing into Sagittarius, as well as Mars in an exact opposition to Uranus that I'm going to be unpacking with you guys. Now, I'm curious to hear what all y'all think or are experiencing, because the past 2 days, as actually today and yesterday, as we've been in the influence of this Mars trine Neptune, my intuition, and I am a very, naturally intuitive person, as I'm sure many of you guys, most of you guys watching are the same. We're highly sensitive empaths, starseed, light workers, whatever you want to call ourselves. But I have been having very spiritual and very strong intuitive phenomena taking place. I woke up yesterday with a very strong feeling about something and felt like something was going on. And then I looked at my phone and Sunny brought something up that had exactly to do with what I was feeling. So there was a psychic connection going on there. And last night, in the middle of the night, I woke up, I think it was like 3 or 4 a.m. And I had this oh my God, excruciating pain in my tummy. Went to the bathroom. Sorry if this is TMI. Went to the bathroom. Didn't have to do anything. There was just this pain. Then I put some doTERRA Zen Just oil on there. It eased off, but it just came out of nowhere. And then today, Jens and I, we brought our little kitty, Shia, British short hair angel, to a naturopathic vet who's amazing near where we live, and found out that she has an intestinal infection, which we're now treating her for with natural remedies that we just got today. But so weird. I'm having all of these very big psychic synchronicities. Let me know if you guys are having that too, like in actual experiences that are going on. And I'm bringing this up because, oh, interesting. Jenny says, yep, me too. 3 a.m. and major hip pain. Interesting. Oh, cool. We got Muskoka, Ontario in the house. Hello, Muskoka. Love Muskoka. So, yeah, why I'm bringing this up is Neptune in Pisces is spirituality and our psychic gifts. Neptune rules the spiritual world. Yeah, Linda, you're right. My tummy pain, it was from Shia. I mean, unless I have some kind of issue, hopefully I don't. Jill says synchronicities have been off the charts. Yeah, pay attention to the synchronicities. Neptune at rulership in Pisces, spirit world, creativity, creative ideas and insights, psychic phenomena, spiritual phenomena, intense dreams, in trine to Mars at home in Scorpio. This is like double whammy, very strong astrological aspect. And okay, there's something maybe a little bit more collectively weird going on because OO Silver in the chat says, that is crazy. I had kept getting pain overnight and abdominal pain this morning. Okay, so maybe it's not just my kitty Shia, but maybe there's something actually going on in the collective for us having to do with our abdomen, our intestines, our stomach. It's interesting because in medical astrology, those areas are ruled by Virgo. And we're going through a transit right now of the South Node in the sign of Virgo, the stomach, the intestines, the abdomen. So we are going through that major release point in at the current time since end of January 2025 until end of July 2026 of the South Node in Virgo, can be bringing up kind of those medical astrology issues having to do with stomach, intestines, IBS. I was reminded today at our amazing naturopathic vet. He said, you know, if you have issues going on in the intestines or the stomach, like our kitty Shia has, he was saying that's because it stems from stress or anxiety about something, right? Which Virgo also rules stress and anxiety. So if there's digestive issues, I'm seeing, wow, a lot of you guys are saying digestive issues. Very interesting. We may be, as sensitive empaths, light workers, processing the collective stress. I'm getting that download right now. So even if you yourself are not feeling that stressed at the moment, like me personally, okay, there's some little stresses and things I'm processing through, but I wouldn't say I'm like overly stressed at the moment. I'm getting psychically, we may be processing that stress in our dream time, in the nighttime, on the physical level, right? Wow. Sharon also saying yes to digestive issues. So stress regulation, very, very important. Okay. Today, and actually this whole week, as we're in the influence of this Mars trine Neptune, thank God for this, because it is, you know, very positive aspect. And we do have some very intense aspects happening at the exact same time. Divine and spiritual support, our intuition, very, very strong. So I like that. Chrissy says, good time to do a detox by fasting to heal the body. 100%. Totally. Detox, fasting, all that kind of good stuff. And it can feel today at the start of the week like there's a quickening happening. We've got the moon in Aries coming into a conjunction to Chiron later in the day, Eastern time on Monday, also on Tuesday. And of course, we're leading up to our full moon in Taurus that we're going to be having on Wednesday, November 5th exact. I just did a whole deep dive on that on last night's weekly Astro Weather, where I talked about this full moon for the collective and all 12 signs. So you guys can go check that out. And there's timestamps in the description box of the video. So we're leading up to that full moon. And also tomorrow, we're leading up to the charge and the intensity of exact Mars opposite Uranus. Now, for me personally, I think this is the most interesting and intense aspect of the whole week. I always like to say, you know, Mars the planet of the divine masculine, energy, life force, passion, assertion, can be conflict, anger, aggression, frustration as well. In an opposition to Uranus, the ruler of the future, innovation, shocks, and surprises, all that Uranian stuff. They're the two energizer bunnies, I like to call them. So it's very energetic. We're very energetically sensitive. And this aspect is it's 0 degrees, critical degrees. So it's very, very strong. I'm very curious to see, yes, John, what's going to be happening tomorrow with these elections in the States. I think that is going to be very unstable. There may even be ballot issues, and there may not even be correct results or results coming in. There could be technical difficulties, Uranus, in an opposition to Mars. Oh, power outage. Sorry, we don't have the result. Right? And it's always challenging with Uranus because he's unpredictability. Unpredictability. You can never exactly predict with Uranus, especially in the adverse aspects. Oh my God, Carol. Oh, Carol Taylor Full, thank you so much for sharing that comment that I have on the screen because I forgot about that. Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, is releasing the budget tomorrow. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, excuse my language, you guys, but shockwaves, international, Mars and Sagittarius, international for many countries, shockwaves. So in the States, there could be very weird, shocking things happening with those elections. In Canada, with the Liberal budget being announced, and we all know that that's not going to make any freaking sense. Shockwaves, the other parties might actually turn it down, and we could have, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, my fellow Canadians, but we could possibly have an election called in Canada this week, right? It could be determined this week with this Mars opposite Uranus. Shocking. Oh my God, we're going to be having an election, right? So grounding is really, really important with this Mars opposite Uranus. Shocks, surprises, weirdness, more of a propensity for feeling hyperactive, feeling overactive. We need to do nervous system regulation, okay, for sure. And, Mars does rule conflict and violence. So hopefully we don't have anything like that coming up, but can be a possibility that we may see some sort of assassination attempt. We may see some sort of harm being put on a powerful person. So hopefully that does not happen. I'm just reading the astrology, you guys. And of course, Moon in Taurus on Tuesday, as we're leading up to full moon exact on Wednesday. So this is, I'm going to say, a 10 out of 10. Okay, I am going to say today and tomorrow is a 10 out of 10 energetically. We're leading up to a full moon, Mars opposite Uranus with Mars trine Neptune as well. It's like, it can feel like we're being fried. We've already been through so much in recent times. Scott says, yes, Meg, Scott from Muskoka, and perhaps a non-confidence vote against the Liberals. I'm going to say I think it's happening. I think there will be a non-confidence vote. Makes sense with the budget because the full moon in Taurus is, and I totally didn't realize this when I did my full moon in Taurus video yesterday, but this full moon in Taurus at 13 degrees of Taurus is conjunct the natal Pluto of Canada at 15 degrees of Taurus. Pluto, one of the money planets, deals with budgeting, government budgeting. So makes sense that probably won't be accepted. So very intense energy right now, volatile, unpredictable, wacky, woo-woo, weird ass week, as I am calling it. So I know I say this all the time, but please be doing your self-care right now, nourishing yourself. With us leading up to that full moon in Taurus, Taurus is about food, nourishment, our physical body, our basic needs, grounding, nature, taking it slow. Taurus moves very slow. If you are a Taurus or you know anyone with major Taurus, it's slow compared to a lot of the other signs. So deep breaths. Don't rush anything right now. Okay. And did I say shocking information? Uranus, 0 degrees, Gemini, opposite Mars? Yeah, shocking information. And speaking of shocking information, breaking, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene plans to read the names of powerful people on the Epstein list in Congress under immunity once the government reopens. This is why this has been the longest government shutdown in American history. This is going to be very important, and shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene because we want the list. We want the list. We want promises kept. Okay. We need to call people out when they promise something and they're not doing it. So shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's take a little listen to what she has to say.
Yeah, it's a scary thing to name names, but I will tell you, I'm not afraid to name names. And so if they want to give me a list, I will walk in that Capitol on the House floor and I'll say every damn name that abused these women. I can do that for them, and I'd be proud to do it. Now, another thing, this is not about politics. And this is a boiling point in American history where the American people, just like Roe just said, there's become two Americas. There's the America for the rich and the powerful and the elite, where they never face any struggles or problems and never experience what real America goes through. And then there's forgotten America that faces all the problems and deals with all the issues and never gets justice for being sexually assaulted and raped by a monster. It shouldn't exist anymore, and people are sick of it. So let's recognize the fact that the administration before and the one before it and the one before it and the one before it and before it never did anything about this. So this isn't one political party or the other. It's a culmination of everyone worked together to silence these women and protect Jeffrey Epstein and his cabal. And this is not just rich, powerful people. Think his drivers, his maids, his chefs, all the people, people that worked in his home, security guards. I heard one story from a young woman that was being raped by Jeffrey Epstein when he was out on work release while he was serving time in prison and had an ankle monitor on his leg. Guess what? There was a police officer outside that door. So this list of names is quite a list of names, and it doesn't extend just in the rich, powerful circles. It extends down to the very bottom where people were paid. And again, I will say this, there's victims suffering today in similar circumstances, and they're terrified to name the names of the people that are currently abusing them. And so with these brave, courageous women fighting this fight, this is a fight for women and children and any person that is facing sexual abuse and rape and captivity and human trafficking right now. And so here's what I ask you in the press. Don't go for salacious headlines. Go for the truth and defend these women and help those of us in Congress that are crossing our political party lines for doing the right thing and trying to do it together.
Amazing. Love Marjorie Taylor Greene. John says, give her credit for not giving in and not even to her party. Yeah, when we don't call people out, right, even when we agree with them on a lot of things, and when we can't call them on their faults, that's not healthy, right? We need to call out the people that we like and also that we may completely disagree with and dislike. Oh, Juju Bear says, love your lives, Meg. Thank you. She is correct. This is about helping the women and children. Definitely. For sure. Okay, let's pull some cards. That sounded weird. Pull some cards for Monday going into Tuesday. Jill, hi Jill, says the Republicans are just as bad as the Democrats. Yes. And I've been meaning to do this for a while, but within the next couple weeks, I'm going to do a deep dive, probably going to be hours long, on the astrology of Donald Trump. So that's going to be very interesting to share with you all. Stay tuned for that. Okay. Let's pull some cards. Okay, I'm actually going to do a spread that I learned from my friend Gail. Shout out Gail Askins, which is situation, do this, don't do this. What's our situation? What is the do this? And what is the don't do this? And what is our bonus card? Situation is Page of Swords. Do this is 9 of Pentacles. Don't do this is the 5 of Cups. And our bonus card, always like to do a bonus card. Ooh, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 of Wands. So our situation is the Page of Swords. The pages are, let's get it to close in there. The pages are very childlike. They're very open. They're very curious. So the situation is new information. The situation is we're being bombarded with so many truths coming forward, right? And some of it's true and some of it's not true, right? The page, it's not like the king or the queen. It's not like the master of the intellectual reality. It's about discernment of the information coming through, at the same time being open to things that maybe we didn't realize are not in alignment. Be open to learning truths about people, situations, institutions. Discernment. The do this is our 9 of Pentacles. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Guys, you cannot make this stuff up. This is a Taurus-related card, full moon in Taurus. So the do this is be in Taurus. Get grounded this next couple days. Be in pleasure. Be in nature. Don't go into things that don't make sense. Don't go off into a weird ass rabbit hole, right? It's about empowerment, self-worth, being grounded. Enjoy the beauty. Enjoy Taurus. Beauties and pleasures of life. So how we get through this is have fun anyways. Be in enjoyment anyways. I was getting in yesterday's weekly astro weather that this week is like a spiritual test, even though there's some craziness going on. The don't do this, interesting, 5 of Cups. So don't do that. Don't be in, in bed and not getting out of bed, right? Don't be in negative self-talk, grief, covering yourself and not being seen, not going out. Don't be in shutting yourself off from the world. Yes, there may be intense emotions coming up that we need to process, but don't let them overcome you. Don't be in the letting the grief and the pain overtake you and consume you, because that's actually what darkness wants. It wants to win. It wants to consume you. So screw that. We're going to be in the opposite of that. We're going to be in the 9 of Pentacles. This is our do this. We can have fun anyways. We can enjoy ourselves anyways. And it's not spiritual bypassing, okay, if there is grief or intensity coming up. But this is a week where you need to process through that, right? So Spirit is saying if you are having grief or intense challenges coming up, you need to be actually letting that go in a healthy way rather than, oh, I'm just going to tune out and watch a movie. Oh, I'm just going to go on social media and scroll for 4 hours. Oh, I'm just going to go do some drugs and tune out. No. It is a rocky territory the next couple days. This is our bonus. Linda, this is our bonus. It is a rocky territory. Okay. Rocky wands, rocky waters. And we are going to get through this. I love that Lisa in the chat, 888, hi Lisa, is saying, cowboy and cowgirl up. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yes. And I love that you're saying that because Taurus rules cowboys and cowgirls. Right? So does the farmer not go out in the rain and the wind just because it's rainy and it's windy? No, the farmers go out. I've been in Belgium the past 5 years. We're surrounded by farmers here where we live. They are out all hours of the day, all sorts of weather, all sorts of condition, because that's their commitment, right? Us as souls, we've made the commitment to come here at this time. And if you're just going to be in this the whole time, you're actually, letting the darkness win. So no, thank you. We're not doing that. It's a blessing to be alive. When the craziness comes up the next couple days and these weird situations, these weird news stories, these weird developments in our personal lives, take deep breaths, eat good food, go for walks, walk it off, right? I'm going to pull an extra bonus card. Temperance, healing, balance, equalizing of opposing forces. We're going through a huge letting go and cleansing out. So congratulations for being alive right now, for choosing to come here, for taking on the mission. You're doing an amazing job. Keep doing an amazing job. Don't go into self-sabotage. And if you do, ask for help. Right? We're not alone. We're all a community. So hope that resonates with you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday for our next daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And what else is going on this week? Oh, yeah. Last 2 days, today and tomorrow, November 3rd and 4th of our Scorpio B-Day sale on megmoonbeam.com for my personal readings, astrology beginners course, Age of Aquarius webinar, and on the Scorpling shop for all our magical Christie astrology offerings on there. You can use discount code Scorpio25 to get 25% off. Love you all so much. Thank you for joining me. Let me know in the comments below how you're doing, what's your sign, where you're tuning in from. I love to hear where you guys are tuning in from. Greatly appreciated if you can like, subscribe, maybe even share this video. And I'll be putting out some cool stuff out on my channel this week. So I won't give anything away. I want it to be a surprise. So stay tuned for some cool stuff coming up, as well as the regular scheduled programming of the astrology horoscopes, weekly astro, as well as some other cool things. So I'll see you all tomorrow with a little surprise. Bye, everyone.